Okie doke. I'm back. So, turns out I do actually need to use Perplexity for its the 3. I thought it was 5, but I guess it's 3. Either it already was or it is now, it doesn't matter. Searches to make a good quiz. So I'll do a daily, like 3 quizzes maybe, or something like that. I don't know. Something along those lines. Generate a quiz using, or all chapters through chapter 9 from learncpp.com. Want strong ending through. Okay. This is a bajillion times better. This also seems like a bajillion times harder than the fucking last one. Jesus Christ. Okay. And I think I'll just put my shit here. So like, what happens if I, oops. Just printed it like that. Oh, that's actually cool. All right. I'll just put my answers here. What is a C++, or what is a statement in C++? A statement, okay. A statement in C++ is a individual instruction program to execute. Example, okay. Individual instruction, all right. 2. All right, well, you know, we could just say, I'll just do this. Take out the comment. That's fine. When does undefined behavior occur? Undefined behavior occurs when we're doing things that aren't specifically defined by the C++ standard. It isn't defined in the rules that govern the behaviors of the language, like creating a variable and not initializing it. Therefore, it is default initialized, which might mean on some implementations, some IDEs, compilers, operating systems, it's given the value of 0. For another, maybe it's just a garbage value of wherever it was opened up in memory, whatever value is there at that byte or bytes is used. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other ones because it's not super common that I encounter them right now. Undefined behavior. So, undefined behavior is behavior that is not defined by the C++ standard documentation. Like creating a variable without initializing it. Its value could be a garbage value or 0, depending on the implementation. IDE, OS, etc. Maybe. I think that might be a good example. Write a program that asks the user for two numbers. So 3, and outputs their sum and difference in this format. Write a program. Okay. And what in the fuck is it what is happening here? Is it... Okay, I think that's why. I need to comment the shit out. Okay. And it's probably 1, and then one quiz, 1 revision, and then 1 answer. So if I need to revise something. Okay. Or it could be quiz, answer, quiz, and then the answers are just compared to whatever the quiz is. But I'd like the answers to be thorough enough in being able to use the internet. Okay. Program that asks the user to enter 2 numbers. So we'll do everything in one file, I guess. Enter an integer. Like I'd rather just say 2 numbers. Is it first int or not? Pass it a bool, and then print sum, print difference. Yeah. Okay, so we'll say int get int. Bool is first int. And so we'll say if is first int, then we'll output enter an integer, else enter another integer. To enter 2 numbers, and then I could do all the other crazy stuff, but this could just be the generic way of doing it. We're not handling other input. Do this, and we'll just say integer user int, character input extracted to user int, and then return user int. And we could say, we could at least make sure, we don't have to ignore the rest, but we could say there's more that I could do here, but we're saying okie doke. Passing this guy. Okay, cool. So we'll do int first int, initialize them to be get int, and we'll pass it to be is first int true, and second int get int false. Okay, and then print sum, print difference. Okay. Void print sum, int1, int2. Oops. Output int1 minus int2. Okay. Oh, we could say output int1 plus int2 equals that, I think. Oh, and this should be print difference, void print sum, int1, int2, output int1 plus, I'm doing this again just to make sure I'm doing it right in both cases, that this plus that is int1 plus int2. Or we could output either way. We could print the sum or we could output it. Let's do just a function that prints it, because otherwise, like, I could just, the point here, a program that asks the user to enter two numbers and outputs their sum and differences. What the fuck is happening here? Oh wait, yeah. First int, second int. First int, second int. And no semicolon. Okay. What is the purpose of a header file? I'm gonna just do the purpose of a header file. The purpose of a header file is to tell the compiler that functions objects we're using are valid and found elsewhere in their CPP implementation files, that are valid and their definitions are found, which the linker will link up later on. Could include, or it could have definitions in a header, or in a header only, what is it? Header only library or something? Header only library? For const expression variables like that. But static functions, but not necessarily constant. Yeah, something like that. Could have definition. That library 2 with inline. Excuse me, with inline functions or variables. Okay. Include a system header using the angled, what do we call it? Angle, less than, greater than, angled brackets term. Okay. Fuck, there's so much stuff. God damn. I guess I'll just finish it. I'll just continue this tomorrow too. Holy shit. Header guards prevent a header file from being included multiple times in one file, which would cause redefinition compilation errors. To output a value? Oh, to output an integer? I mean, there's like getInt and then there's printInt. Oh, okay. So you could say or this is the last thing I do before I go to bed. These tests are so fucking long, god damn. Well, then again, it took 18 minutes to log in, so. Okie doke. So we'll say with 3 functions to get an integer from the user, to output it, manage them together by reading 2 numbers, adding them, and displaying the result. Okay. And so we'll just print. Yeah. So we'll say int1 get int. Or, oh, I guess. I mean, it shouldn't be read number. That's too vague. Read number. Yeah, I disagree with that. I'm saying get int. Fuck you. Int2 get int. Oops. Get int. And then write answer. Int1 plus int2. Int get int. Enter an int. Int user int. Extract to user int. Return user int. Okay. Void write answer. It takes 1 parameter. Int number to print. Standard character output. Number to print. Okay, yeah, and I can just comment everything out too. So we could say 7, 4, 11. Cool. Bop. Bop, bop. Cool. Okay. And we'll continue with the quiz tomorrow. So we'll say 7. Final piece. I could have a header file called data get with read number, or more specifically or it's a data input. Okay. 8. Look it up. Continue the model.